Here we'll do a mileage calculation that involves compound unit conversion. We're told that our car gets 31 miles to the gallon, and gas currently costs $2.98 per gallon. We're asked how much would it cost to fuel your car for the week if you expect to drive 100 miles. Let's first note that the first piece of information is 31 miles to the gallon. Since this involves both miles and gallons, this is a compound unit. We say this is a compound unit because miles and gallons are two completely different units. We also have another compound unit at the end of this line, $2.98, which is money, and also gallons. Since money is not the same as gallons, this is another compound unit. However, at the end of the second line, we have another piece of information which is just miles. This is a single unit. There's no second unit included with these miles. We're not including gallons or money anywhere with this 100 miles. However, we're being asked how much would it cost to fuel your car. Since we're being asked for cost, our goal is to find the money. When you're doing a conversion that might include multiple compound units, it's best to start with the single unit, not with one of the compound units. Therefore, we'll start by writing 100 miles. We'll multiply this by some kind of fraction. Now, let's write out what else we know. We know that we get 31 miles to the gallon. And notice we were not given a number of gallons, therefore we'll write the invisible 1 next to those gallons. This means that when you drive 31 miles, you'll consume 1 gallon of fuel. We can think of this 31 miles in 1 gallon as a conversion. Our cost is $2.98 per gallon, so we'll have another conversion where we write the money, $2.98, is also related to 1 gallon. Now we ask ourselves, which of those conversions can we use with miles? Notice that the first conversion we wrote includes miles, but the second conversion does not include miles. That means our correct move is to start with this first conversion that does include miles, take this 31 miles and place it on the bottom. This makes sure that we can cancel the miles we started with out, and then leave us behind with whatever is on the other side of the arrow. The other side of the arrow says 1 gallon, so we'll place that on top. This means now we have gallons. Now, other than the conversion we just used, where else do we see gallons? We can see that right underneath the first time we wrote 1 gallon, there's another 1 gallon down there. And that 1 gallon is related to $2.98. Since our goal was to find money, and we don't have money yet, we'll need another fraction. We'll take the gallons that we just got from our previous step and move those down to the bottom of the next fraction. Now, we also know these gallons are related to money, so we'll put the money on top. Since the money's on the top, this means our $2.98 must go on the top, and our 1 gallon will be on the bottom. We'll place a 1 next to gallons, and then next to our $sign on top, we'll have $2.98. Therefore, our operation will look like this. We'll start with 100. We could multiply 1 if we wanted to, but since that won't change our answer, we'll skip that, and we'll divide by 31. Then we'll say times 2.98, which is our dollars, and we could divide by 1 here too, but that won't change our answer. In the calculator, we'll put 100 divided by 31 times $2.98. In the calculator, I've put 100. I'll say divide by 31, and then I multiply by 2.98. This gives me a really long decimal, but we're going to change this to dollars and cents. Since I'm doing dollars and cents, I only need 2 decimal places. So we'll say 9.61, and since the number after the 1 is below 5, we'll round down. So my answer will be 961. This will be my cost for fueling my car for the week.